The summer season anime is looking pretty damn good, man. There's already some instant classics for me personally this season. Isekai Oji-san definitely tickles my fancy as an isekai enjoyer. Licorice Recoil is badass. I like the vibes of Licorice Recoil, and the action scenes go crazy. Shit, there's also some good ass sequels this season, like The Devil is a Part-Timer. I personally don't really care, and I never thought I'd see the day that it got a season 2. I don't think I would have complained if I didn't, but I mean, I'm gonna watch it. Shit, Classroom of the Elite is back, thanks to the very vocal niche of light novel readers. Hey, but I'm not complaining, because I love it. And the real Ainz is back. None of that fake shit they tried to pull a few seasons ago. Man, I fucking hate that. But I'm not gonna get into that. We're here to talk about everyone's favorite children's show, Made in Abyss. I remember when I first watched Made in Abyss, I didn't really appreciate it on my first watch, but when I rewatched it, I loved it even more. The concept of the Abyss and the mysteries that are hidden within is actually, like, hella interesting. And for those who aren't familiar with Made in Abyss, the story begins in a town settled around the Abyss. And the Abyss promises fame and fortune for anyone who can make it in and out while grabbing some of the Abyss's materials and items. I don't think I need to explain what the Abyss is because it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, not only are there strong and terrifying creatures in the Abyss, but there's actually a curse that plagues the Abyss. And depending on how far you go in, the side effects that you experience are different, starting with simple nausea and ending in death or loss of your humanity. So if you go too deep, then you'll never see your family again. So imagine this in a real life context. You're in the Abyss and you settle down there, you know, maybe you just like it better in the Abyss. I don't know, maybe you're a psychopath. So you're chilling in your house, you go upstairs, get nauseous, fall down, collapse, and break all your teeth. Abyss real estate is probably cheap as hell. Now with a world like this, with so much opportunity for storylines, so much lore, you know, you could really just plop any character in there and shit, the story will write itself. So who are the main characters? 12-year-olds. Well, I mean, it's anime, so I mean, what do I expect? It's not like the fact that they're 12 subtracts from the story. I mean, honestly, it adds to it, because instead of them being powerful for no reason, they're just Rico and Reg, they're kids. Well, a kid and a robot. Them being kids sets up a lot of natural feeling limitations and emotional payoffs that actually feel less natural if they weren't kids. And as Rico and Reg adventure through the Abyss, they meet more characters. Another kid. What do you mean strung up naked? What? What the fuck? Another kid and another kid. And the new season starts with... Now, Made in Abyss is great, don't get me wrong. But the author is an absolute sicko, man. There's a lot of unnecessary sexual jokes present in a show that features 12-year-olds as the main characters. Jokes that would have been fine if the characters were a lot older. I mean, you didn't even really have to include them at all. There's no reason why I should have to hear about this robot boy's dick for the millionth time. The kids in the show go through a lot of traumatic shit already, but to pile on unnecessary sexual stuff on top of that is just a little bit off-putting. There's a lot of weird energy that the author puts around Prushka, a character in the sequel movie. Like, look at this line of dialogue. Like, why was that necessary? And I haven't read the manga, but apparently there's a lot more instances of this weird stuff that they cut out from the manga, that they cut out of the anime, or censored, which is just, like, wild to me. But honestly, what I think is even more concerning than the weird stuff that's in the anime and manga is the amount of fans that support or give excuses for it like it's fine. Like, I was reading this thread, and pretty much the argument was, it's not real, so I mean, why does it matter? Completely ignoring the fact that normalizing pedophilia and pedophilic content only serves to empower pedophiles in real life. I mean, just like with violence in games, most people aren't going to confuse reality and fiction and suddenly become pedophiles, but I mean, normal people aren't the only people that exist. I mean, Made in Abyss is an amazing show, and there's not so much of it that the story can't be enjoyed, but I just thought that it was a little weird that it even had to be put in there in the first place, because it doesn't really serve to deepen or strengthen the story's narrative in any way, shape, or form. So I mean, it's literally just there just for his wish fulfillment. But honestly, I'm going to end it off with this post I seen, because I think that this person put it best, so I'm just going to steal their shit. As much as I don't personally like this sort of stuff, I believe that censorship of the arts is rarely good. The only exception I can make is if an art piece has malicious intent towards a real person. However, Made in Abyss's events are purely fictitious. Sure, there are moments in Made in Abyss where I find myself uncomfortable. though it's not worth making a riot out of it. In my opinion, getting mad over things like this isn't worth the trouble. I'm not saying it's wrong to be disgusted by the sexualization of fictional children. In fact, I'm glad you stated your opinion and had ample reasoning behind it. All I'm saying is that simply not worth the trouble. Though I feel as it just adds gasoline to an open fire, personally I promote the series. Not for the children, but for the beautiful world and soundtrack. I won't necessarily call it a masterpiece in the adventure genre due to such reasons, but the adventure aspects are still there. At the end of the day, I'm enjoying the adventure. If you don't, then that's alright. To answer the original question, I definitely think it wasn't necessary, but I also think that ill intent and hatred are also unnecessary. I think that's what they meant to say. All you can do is put the book down or close the tab. Kuma. From Kuma Yuna. There's not really much else to say. I mean, great show, fire soundtrack, and fuck Leo.
Fucking on Leo. I'm fucking on Leo. Fucking on Leo, ayy. I'm fucking on Leo, ayy. Fucking on Leo, ayy. I'm fucking on Leo, ayy. Fucking on Leo, listen to this. Yeah, fucking on Leo. I'm fucking on Leo, yeah. Fucking on Leo, ayy. I'm fucking on Leo, ayy. Fucking